Good evening, listener. Welcome for the Talk Special Show with your host, Gatluak. Today, I'm joined by a special guest. You're most welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. This is 88.7 BUFM. And today, we are coming to discuss the topic, drug abuse in Uganda. Uganda is facing a significant challenge with drug abuse, and this is particularly among its youth. The prevalence of drug abuse among Ugandan youth is approximately 70.1%. which is higher than the East African average of 45.5%. And as we go for a short commercial break, we will later on delve into the discussion with the special host.
This car also. I'm tired of these mechanical challenges every day. Oh God, what can I do? I think I just have to give up on driving and rest at home.
Hey, what is the challenge, Janet?
I'm tired and sick with these mechanical breakdowns.
Hey, Janet, haven't you heard about Robot Auto Parts?
No. Robot Auto Parts? What do they deal in?
Robot Auto Parts dealers in high-quality Japan products like lubricants, motor tires, chain box, brakes and headlamps. Find Robot Auto Parts on Plot 19 along Idamin, Rhinocam Road, or call 0780-542-338. Robot Auto Parts, durable products. Welcome back from the short commercial break. And sir, you're most welcome. May you introduce yourself to the listener outside there?
Thank you. My name is Ajoy Joshua. I am a poet and a mental health activist, a freelancer based in the whole of East Africa.
Thank you so much. And our topic today is drug abuse. And somebody, the listener outside there, might be wondering what drug is and what abuse is. Would you love to differentiate that for us?
All right. Thank you so much. Now, drug and abuse, yeah. Well, drug is any substance that when taken in the body, it alters the physical or psychological processes of the body. And abuse can be the excessive or inappropriate or harmful use of substances. Now, to put that perspective together, drug abuse become the excessive or inappropriate intake of drug substances into the body, and this could include medical prescribed drugs or recreational drugs. Those are for pleasure, or illicit drugs. Those are illegal drugs, and these illegal drugs can include cocaine, heroin, methamphetamine, which is called meth, marijuana, and others. Prescribed drugs also. Sometimes youth tend to take prescribed drugs like for painkillers, drugs like tramadol. They take it in an overdose manner, and that is to give them the pleasure. So basically, that is what drug abuse is. It is, in simple terms, taking of drugs in the wrong way.
Yeah, very true. You know, somebody might be wondering, or the listener, the youth outside there might be wondering, maybe what triggers them or what triggers the young people. We know that we are focusing now on the illicit drugs that you mentioned. You gave the examples. So what causes or what triggers the young people into consuming drugs?
See, in this growing world, in this world that is becoming with a lot of things, basically there are a lot of things that can trigger youth and everyone into drug abuse. Now, focusing on the youth, let's say there are a lot of things which I could mention. One of the thing is curiosity and experimentation. See, when the youth are growing up, they see stuff from the movies, they see stuff from the environment, and they feel like, wow, this is drug, and this is what people do with it. They
Yeah.
become curious. They want to see how it affects their body,
Sure.
and they want to experiment it, and that is why somehow the youth go into drugs.
So curiosity is one of the aspect that really, young people, every human being is always like that. And I'm trying to imagine why the young people are so curious into that extent. It is really funny, and I'm getting to learn something as well.
Yeah, that is right. Because as a young person, you tend to learn a lot, and that is why sometimes they actually don't end up learning from it, but they just want to test what it is. They want to be a part of it. They want to have that feeling. Yeah. And one of the issues also, the second issues in youth could be peer pressure and social influences. See, there's a saying that tell me your friends and I tell you who you are.
Yes.
See, these youth sometimes they associate with drug abusers. They associate with friends who have been exposed to drugs, and once they're exposed in that environment and the friends are also exposed to drugs and things like that, you see, being with them will sometimes pressure these people to test what the friends are doing, because as friends are one of the issues that can really trigger people into drug abuse.
And like there was one guy, as you were talking, I flashed back to a friend one time said that he was in a group of drug addicts, you see, and he had to take a deliberate move to come out of this, by the way. And all his guys, his friends, are right now different. They're so much affected. So I can see the great impact of peer pressure also on youth.
Not only about that person. Personally, I grew up in an environment where at an early age, from around 12, I was exposed to a lot of drugs. And from 12, believe me, I started abusing drugs.
Yes.
But then the change of environment also changed me, because after shifting from that environment to a new environment, I started learning new things, and the environment and the type of friends I had changed me. So out of all those people I had in that area, the friends I had, all of them are drug abusers now. Some are dead, some are basically criminals at this point in time.
Yeah.
So the influence of the friends and the socialization you make can really push you a lot into drug abuse. One of the issues with youth also is emotional struggles. Now, this emotional struggle can include depression, anxiety, or stress. Now, at a point in time, someone will be feeling stressed or going through depression, and they feel like, no, I just need to get this out of my mind. Maybe I need some relief. Yeah. So they will opt to take drugs to relieve that one. Some of the issues could be also low self-esteem or self-image issues. Yeah. You see, it's a growing world where there are trends where people follow stuff. In men, they will say they need to have muscles and six packs and things like that. Yes. In women, you see, the society want people to have a good body shape with good breast and good behind, and that is what the society is now, and that is what the youth is now. So things like that can sometimes affect
I
the
try
youth.
to take me back to, I've been hearing a lot about this Nigerian the nyash. So though you're not being very specific, I think that could be that.
Yeah, actually, you see, Nigerians and the musicians actually made this nyash thing a trend, where it is now having issues on the youth, the female youth, because they make content, a lot of content. You go to the medias, to YouTube, TikTok, and all these media platforms, and nyash is the topic of the day. Now, as a lady, you feel like, no, me, I don't have nyash. I don't fit in the society. That's why if you go to the market, there are dresses that they buy now to fit in the society, to have the nyash. Yes. They even go for plastic surgeries. Yes. And some who could not afford all these can just prompt to drug abuse to get this out of their mind. Yes. So those are some of the things that really cause drug abuse.
Dear listener, let's go for a short commercial break. And as we come back, in case you want to join us, you can connect with us at Bugema Talk Special Show on X, formerly known as Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
This car also. I'm tired of these mechanical challenges every day. Oh God, what can I do? I think I just have to give up on driving and rest at home.
Hey, what is the challenge, Janet?
I'm tired and sick with these mechanical breakdowns.
Hey, Janet, haven't you heard about robot auto parts?
No. Robot auto parts? What do they deal in?
Robot Auto Parts dealers in high-quality Japan products like lubricants, motor tires, chain box, brakes and headlamps. Find Robot Auto Parts on Plot 19 along Idamin, Rhinocam Road or call 0780-542-338. Robot Auto Parts, durable products. Welcome back from the short commercial break. And right now, Diageo, would love to know. I know you mentioned one effect of drug abuse, as you were telling us the triggers. Now, could you tell the listeners, maybe you need to enlighten them, what are the effects of drug abuse on the young people or everyone?
Okay. When we talk about drug abuse, we can categorize their effects into a lot of categories. Let's say we are going to categorize them into two: the short-term effects and the long-term effect. Now, one of the short-term effects is impaired judgment and decision making. Now, once you're drunk or you are under the influence of substance, you are not in your right senses. You don't make good decisions. You don't make sound decisions. One of the issue is also increased risk-taking behavior. Now, once you are drunk or you are under the influence of any substance, it gives you this kind of confidence that you decide to do things that are risky sometimes to your life and sometimes to the community. One of the issues could be also aggressive behaviors. You see, most of the people sometimes when they are drunk on alcohol or any other drug, they tend to become aggressive, to fight, to say words, and it can also lead to memory losses. Now, the long-term effects are categorized into physical and mental. Now, in the physical part, it can lead to organ damage. You see, a lot of intake of alcohol and other drugs can have effects on your heart, your liver, your kidney. Even another effect could be respiratory problems with vaping and smoking. You can have issues on your respiration. It also increases the risk of infections like HIV and hepatitis, because some of the drugs you actually inject them in your body, and when you're with people who are HIV positive, at that point you don't even test for them and things like that. So you just inject, the needle goes into one person's body to another person's body to another person's body. That really increases the risk of getting HIV and hepatitis, leave alone the injection part of it. While under the influence of drugs, you are not in your right senses. You could meet anyone and have any sexual intercourse with anybody in any way, and you'll get those effects. It can also lead to weight loss, cardiovascular diseases. These are the heart diseases, sleeping disorders, dental problems. See, the drugs on the physical base, it has a lot of problems. Now, on the mental part of it, it leads to depression, anxiety. It leads to mood swings and irritation. It also leads to memory losses and dementia. It also makes people suicidal. Now, socially, it also have effects on people, which will have issues with your relationships, and you socially isolate from people. You can lead to loss of employment, and basically, if I were to mention the list of the effects of drug abuse, it's a long list that will take us a lot of time.
I can really see it, and at least I know that the young people outside there, they are learning seriously. Now, maybe we have known the triggers and also the effect. What advice, because we are running out of time, what advice do you tell the youth, the parents, and the government? Maybe if you can summarize.
Okay. A piece of advice to the youth. Now, you should educate yourself before you get into these drugs. Or if you're already into this drug, take some time and do a research about drugs and understand how much it will affect you and it will affect the community. And the youth who are under the influence of drug already, seek for help, seek for professional help. You go for medical help, psychological help. They can put you under therapy. You can just seek for help. Even in the church, you seek for guidance from the elders, and that will help you. Also, build resilience. For instance, those whose cause of drug abuse is due to low self-esteem. Yeah. You be proud of yourself. God created me in His image, and I am perfect the way I am.
Yeah.
That way you can overcome drug. You can. This is one of the ways you can prevent yourself or even overcome with it. Now, another issue with the youth is stay engaged. They say the idle man is the devil's workshop.
Yeah.
If you're busy, you have something you're doing, you use your free time for creativity, you will not have time for drugs and things like that. Now, another issue is also you should prioritize your mental health. Your mental health is a very important part of your being. Your mind is the central part of you being a human, so prioritize your mental health. If you see the stress is leading to depression, seek for help as soon as possible, because otherwise it will push you to drug abuse. Drug abuse pushes you to addiction, and from there, handling it is going to be a big issue. Now, to the parents, you should communicate openly with your children. Some of the issues that children get into drug abuse is because we don't know what they are going through. We don't take time as parents to listen to them and hear what are their challenges and how they need to be helped. And even giving them help and telling them our experiences. Now, you set clear expectations for your children. Tell them how the future is going to be, and they should know how, if they live a life of being good, how they will have a brighter future. Take a quick example, the Christians. They believe, the expectation is, if you follow the 10 commandments, you follow the words of God, you go to heaven. But if you disobey God and you do the wrong things, you go to hell. Set a clear expectations for your children from childhood so that they know where they are heading to. Now, another thing is foster a positive relationship.
Yes.
You see, know the type of friends and monitor the type of friendship your children get into. The type of socialization they are getting into. It could not be stalking, but know where your child goes. Know which type of people he associates with. Know the parents of those people. Know what they do for a living. Because most of the time, these people are the ones affecting our children. There are a lot of things we can talk about that. But for now, this could be a few. And lastly, you should stay informed.
Yeah.
Stay informed about the growing world, because these days they use drugs that even for flu, they use it as recreational drugs. So you may think your child is having flu, but the child is into drug abuse.
It has really been a pleasure having you, Ajo. Maybe your last word to the audience outside here.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure being with you today. As a mental health activist, I would love to tell the audience that your mind is very, very important. As I said before, we should prioritize our mental health, which means we should seek for help whenever we need it.